Hope you guys can hear me. I haven't done this in a while. It's good to be back. For some reason, my live chat's not opening for some reason. There we go, it's up. How you guys doing? It's been a long time. A lot's happened in the past 4 months. I haven't done this in a while. Been to a concert or two. A lot of music news has happened ever since then. Ozzy is going to be inducted soon at the Rock Hall, October 19th. I wish I could go to that. They did have his exhibit up now. They'd have his stuff he used on the Diary of a Madman tour, his apparel, which is just absolutely awesome. So hopefully I can be able to have the chance to go and see that. And Peter Frampton's exhibit is awesome. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet or seen pictures, but they got his 3 pickup Black Beauty that he used on the album, his apparel that he used when the Frampton Comes Alive. It's awesome. I hope I have the chance to be able to go see it. But yeah, basically today, this stream's I want it to be kind of lengthy, but yeah, this live is just gonna be pretty chill. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want to talk about anything, have any sort of like music debate questions, anything that like I have an opinion about like news wise, just go ahead and ask because we're not gonna really do much here besides just chill and talk about music. Have I ever used a talk box like Frampton? No, but I really, really want to try it one day. I think it'd be absolutely awesome to do. His solo on Do You Feel Like We Do? Just awesome. But no, I've never had the chance, and I would love to try it one day. The hot cross buns. No, I do not know how to play that. Really hope I don't get copyright claimed because I'm playing Whitesnake in the background, so hopefully YouTube doesn't strike me for that. Yeah, I hope when I do go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame next time, they actually have Randy's stuff up because I'm sure people that follow me know I've mentioned this multiple times. But when I went to the Rock Hall, they never had Randy's stuff there because they were moving stuff around for Judas Priest and Kate Bush and stuff like that. So hopefully next time I have the chance to go there, they have something like that up along with Ozzy's. Yeah, lots happened actually past 4 months. It just feels weird. It's been 4 months since I did a last stream. Time goes by very, 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 very fast. Another thing I like to talk about is the Randy Rhoads signature MXR pedal that they released about a month ago or 2 months ago, however long it's been. I want it so bad, and I really, really hope Kathy and Jen Dunlop just decide to reissue it and just make more for people like me who didn't have the chance to get it because I didn't read or see that it was just going to be a limited time because I think they only made like what was it, like 1,500? I think it was like 1,500 that they only made. So yeah, that kind of bummed me out when I figured that out. because it sold on like day one. So I couldn't really like as soon as I looked up how much it was going to be and when I could get it, it was just already gone. So that's pretty sad. Do I have a bass? No, but I've actually really looked into doing bass because of like Cliff Burton, Steve Harris, um, Geezer Butler. I think it'd be really cool to take up bass playing along with drumming, obviously. But no, I would love to buy a bass one day and actually try and sit down and learn it. Yeah, YouTube's kind of very they're not very lenient on specifically playing stuff by a certain artist, especially now with I don't know if you guys have heard about what's been happening with that certain strike that's been going on, especially towards music. But like, if you do something about a certain artist, especially like Guns N' Roses or something, they'll just immediately take it off. That sucks. I've heard that post from Carl Brown, Guitar Lessons 365, that all of his Guns N' Roses tutorial videos just got taken off and copyright claimed. Can I do the Weezer lick? I might. I might. Yeah, Sam. The YouTube doesn't. YouTube's not like nice like that. If you put in like the comment section that I don't own this music, they don't care for some reason. Electric Eye. There you go. The very fun song to play. I love that song. I'll have to look that up. Hurry, especially since now I'll have a little bit more money because I finally got monetized now. So now I'm waiting for my application to just verify and go through. And if that does, any sort of video I do that gets at least over 1,000, I'll be making money off of, which is just absolutely fantastic. I just, I've been on this YouTube kick for like 2.5 years. I didn't think it actually go as well as I thought it did as soon as I started, but I cannot thank you guys enough for how much support you've given me and all these views. I reached over 1.5 million views, I found out, and it just absolutely blew me away, man. Just thank you guys so much, and I'm not stopping here whatsoever. I'm doing plenty more, especially now that I'm going to be able to make money off of it. So making money from what I love doing is just going to be absolutely incredible. Do I like Manowar? Yeah, they're pretty good. I like Manowar. A fit check. Well, I'm wearing a Cobra Kai shirt right now. I think that's about the only thing that sticks out right now. Like a Jim Morrison style necklace, polka dot tribute to Randy bracelet, and yeah, Cobra Kai shirt, which I'm very ready for next month to see the new Cobra Kai scene. It is getting nuts on that show. No, I don't know, but that song's fantastic, DB. I love Fast Way. Fast Way is so underrated. I love it. Speaking of underrated, I've been really getting into a lot of John Sykes. His playing is just so fantastic. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think John Sykes was better in Whitesnake or Steve Vai? Steve Vai or John Sykes? And to sort of narrow it down to like which era of Whitesnake is better, do you like the Whitesnake with Rudy Sarza or do you like the Whitesnake with just John Sykes and Adrian Vandenberg? Yeah, I thought you guys would say that. I'm pretty on the edge for both because that's such a hard question for me because I love them both so much. You guys got any questions whatsoever? Don't be afraid to ask them. I promise I'll answer them the best I can. And if I can't, well, I'm sorry. I think I might switch to acoustic in a bit just to sort of change things up a tad, just a tad. Speaking of specifically E flat standard, that just reminded me of this for some reason. Have you guys heard? Which I'm certain that you guys have at some point. Have you guys heard Zach Wild's audition tape for Ozzy? It is nuts. It is absolutely wild. I haven't really sat down and listened to it all the way through once, and I did the other day, and it was a journey. You could really tell that obviously that was Zach's favorite band, and his influence that Randy had on him was very apparent, especially during that little classical section he does about like 3 or 4 minutes in. It's gorgeous, and I kind of wish that Zach Wild still did some of that stuff nowadays. But either way, it's Zach freaking Wild. I mean, he's still awesome, and he still plays marvelous. And I would love to see Pantera one day. And actually, might as well just say next month, next May, I have the opportunity to see Metallica, Pantera, and Limp Bizkit. Say what you will about Limp Bizkit, they're all right. Um, I get to go see Metallica next May, and I'm very, very excited. Yeah, I love Eat 'em a Smile. That's a great album. Yeah, Steve Vai with Frank Zappa was great. I love that era. What got me into music and what got me such a huge passion for it? I think that's a pretty easy question for me. I think the first time I heard any album heavy that got me into the position for where I was like, okay, this is the music I want to listen to, this is the music I want to pursue, and this is the music I will always, always love. The first album I ever heard was Paranoid by Black Sabbath. And actually, the first three albums I ever bought with my own money was RO Speedwagon, High Infidelity, Pearl Jam 10, and Black Sabbath's Paranoid. And those are the three albums that really introduced me into a whole new world of music than what I heard at the time. Because music I heard when I was little was just the basic AC/DC, Journey. I heard all those things like Guns N' Roses. I heard it, but I didn't really gravitate it as much as I did when I first heard those albums. Especially Paranoid. Paranoid was like the huge like DNA rearranging moment, and it was very, very epiphany ish, or however you would say that. But the first album that ever got me in heavily, I'm playing guitar 24/7 for the rest of my life, was Blizzard of Oz. Ozzy. I was about 5 or 6 when I first started picking up guitar, and Randy Rhoads, he was just absolutely fantastic. He will always be my favorite, and I really cannot say any more better things about Randy. But if I do, I'm going to end up repeating myself because there's just so much fantastic about Randy. I mean, he was just, I hate he died so young. He was just so incredible. The world really can't handle nice people, I guess. Because John, all he wanted was peace, and he was taken from us. And all these good people that strive to just do what they love for the things they love, it just feels like they're taken from us way too short. Hey, Art Guitar. Hey, man. Awesome. I did not expect you to show up at all, dude. This is fantastic. You don't have to show up, dude. You don't have to show up at all. Thank you for being here. But yeah, if you do want to chime in, absolutely, just you're more than welcome. Trust me. Did I fix my Jackson? Sorry, I missed that comment, DB. No, I think that one's gonna take some time, take some time to fix because the truss rod snapped, and that really made me upset. I mean, that was the first guitar I ever had, and Sam will back me up on that. Sammy, that's the first guitar I ever got. The truss rod snapped, and the intonation is out of whack bad. And my guitar luthier, my guitar tech, that works at Sam Ash, sadly, because he got laid off because all of Sam Ash pretty much shut down because of online sales, which are pretty much taking over everything physically, like movies, books, pretty much everything, libraries, like blockbusters, music stores. But yeah, my guitar tech actually, I don't even know how to get in touch with him besides YouTube. You can actually follow him. He's Marty Music, not Marty Music, Marty Guitar. You can follow him on Instagram or YouTube, either or. But he's my guitar tech that worked at Sam Ash in Nashville, and he would always constantly have to fix that guitar. And yeah, I think it finally bit the dust about 5 months ago. But I'm gonna try to fix it as best I can, whenever I can. If not, I'm just saving up for a Les Paul because that's my goal. That's awesome. You get to see Iron Man on November 1st. I'm sorry I missed that comment too. Yeah, Motley Crue. Also, that Rob Zombie concert, Ozfest, when she went. But yeah, that guitar is going to need some work. This guitar right now, I actually bought the day after it snapped. This guitar is absolutely just beautiful and perfect in almost every single way. I don't think you guys have seen that. I made my own little fret wrap to, in commemorate to Randy. Also, I just like what I used to make this bracelet is what I used to also make this, so I thought it was kind of clever, but it's working, and yeah, I was actually kind of shocked. This guitar is perfect in absolutely every single way. I made a video going over this. If you guys want to check out, you can. But yeah, this guitar is probably one of the greatest guitars I've ever played in my entire life. I love the Super Strat feel. I love the silver burst, the two single coils with the humbucker, and I'm kind of iffy on the Floyd Rose because this is a Floyd 1000 or Floyd Special. I prefer the original Floyd Roses a whole lot better because they're a lot more trustworthy when it comes to like dive bombs and stuff. They're more lenient and actually stay into a little bit, just a tad bit longer. But this neck, the profile was just, oh, it's so good. It's all black on the outside, and then it's got like a cream binding, which I've never seen. Oh boy, sorry for that. It's probably really loud. I'll turn this down so that way I don't destroy your ears. Yeah. I think it's time to switch to acoustic now. Play a little classical. Why not? I don't know if you guys can hear that. YouTube, don't copyright me, please. And life has a funny way of doing things because I was just talking about how perfect my guitar is, and the friggin' the input jack fell into the guitar. The screw fell out. I don't even know where it went. That's nice. That's nice. I have no clue where it went, but there it is. I found it. Well, that's broke. I'll fix it. That sucks, like really badly. That's the one thing I'll say about Jackson that's kind of negative is their parts, especially for the input jack, is very. Now I wouldn't say cheap, but they do have a tendency to fall apart quick. That's awesome, DB. I'd like to have a Dean one day. I've played one, and it played marvelously. It played fantastic. Can I play Master of Puppets? Absolutely. Just 1 second. I want to play it on acoustic and like make any of you guys mad. Like, why are you playing on acoustic? Gosh. Little technical difficulties here tonight. Just a tad. I'll play the SG. Hope that's not like too loud or anything. Iron Maiden at Force. I was actually playing Diary of a Madman by Ozzy and Randy. Very fun song to play. I love it. Song's gorgeous. Hey Hannah, awesome to see you here. That's really cool to see you here, actually. It's hard to choose a favorite Metallica song. There's so many good ones. I kind of flip flop back and forth to what my favorite Metallica album and song is because one minute I'll love Kill 'Em All, and then I'll like, oh, Master of Puppets exist, and then I'm like, oh, Injustice for All exist. I'm like, oh, Ride the Lightning exists. And I love 72 Seasons. I don't care what people say. Absolutely love 72 Seasons. It's so good. But Ride the Lightning's fantastic. I love Blackened, Injustice for All, Eye of the Beholder, To Live Is to Die, Going Into Dyer's Eve. And then I also love Four Horsemen. Four Horsemen is a fantastic song. Yeah, Iron Maiden, For Whom the Bell Tolls is another fantastic song that I think the only way to get like the true like heavy experience from Whom the Bell Tolls is only if you play the Ecstasy of Gold before For Whom the Bell Tolls, because that transition from Ecstasy of Gold to For Whom the Bell Tolls is just it's so good. I have not listened to Sebastian Bach's new album yet. I have been meaning to, but I have not gotten the chance to yet. But we'll definitely check that out after this stream. I checked out Dream Theater's new song, and they have not missed a beat whatsoever. And I think Portnoy coming back, oh, dude, it's fantastic. And I would love to be able to see Dream Theater one day. Oh, dude, they're just fantastic. But no, I will check out Sebastian Bach's new album. I've been meaning to. Judas Priest's new album is fantastic. I love. They definitely went back to the Painkiller years, without a doubt. Rob Halford he's still kicking. He's a fantastic frontman. Who do you think? Who do you guys think is better, Rob Halford or Bruce Dickinson? Y'all can argue about that in the comments. I do not know Unholy Confessions, sadly, but I will learn it. Yes, I do know how to play the Number of the Beast. Yeah, I can't choose either. It's like choosing like a favorite child or something. Bruce or Rob. That's just I don't even know how to. I can't choose. It's impossible. That's awesome. Hurry. I would love to see Iron Maiden one day, but they are not coming anywhere close to me, which is very, very sad. I would love to see them my bucket list bands to see before they like ever like retire or just decide like, hey, we're done. I would love to see Iron Maiden. I would love to see Judas Priest. I would love to see Ozzy, even though that's very far fetched. Um, I'd love to see Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. I'd love to see Paul McCartney, Ringo, Foo Fighters. I know the drama that's been happening with Dave Grohl lately. I won't mention that, but I'd love to see them as well. I love to see actually a few newer bands. Uh, a band called Royal Blood, they're fantastic. A band called Cage the Elephant, they're fantastic. A band called Morning High, which I've been following, they're pretty recent. If you guys haven't listened to Morning High, definitely go look them up right now because they're like they're the big four of metal, like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax, all put together, and they're just phenomenal. I love that. I love them so much. They're fantastic. Ooh, the Trooper, I haven't played that in a long time. Yeah, I think I remember it. I can't believe I remember how to play that. It's been a long time. I've heard about municipal waste. I haven't really checked them out yet, though. I don't know Angel of Death. I'm sorry. Message in a bottle. All right. I gotta change my clean tone real quick. Once I get a Marshall staff, this is gonna be a lot easier. um, I love that riff so much. It's so gorgeous. Andy Summers is so underrated. Anybody that says he's awful or says that the Police weren't great, I will refuse to talk to them. I don't know any Cannibal Corpse. Sorry. Yeah, I really hope Morning High really gets big because I've been following them a lot. Their charisma and outlook on music and wanting to bring it back like it used to be is just very, very inspiring, especially for me that wants to do this for a living and wants to form a band. And they're just, I mean, they're like 19, 20, 21, something like that, I believe so. And they're making an album, releasing singles, touring, and they're they're fantastic. And they really show me that the new generation can continue to create music like it used to be, which I heavily support. If that's not any more obvious than it is. Yeah, Robert Fripp's fantastic. Sorry if everything sounds kind of like flat or sharp on this guitar because I've kind of tweaked this just a tad to play along with the records, get this kind of sped up. But I tuned it up just like a quarter step to make it a little bit more sharper. But yeah, I've been getting into a lot of Mick Ronson and this guitar. I don't know, for some reason, I stopped playing this guitar for like 4 months, 4 or 5 months prior to when um, I posted the new Guitar Day video, which was like 2 months ago. Um, this guitar randomly just decided that, hey, I'm going to work now. And I don't know what it is, but everything is resonating so much more, and it sounds like Mick Ronson a lot, and I don't know why. But I'm very thankful and I'm very glad. But the main reason I stopped playing it a lot was because I didn't want to get these signatures that I got from Mark Weiss and Eddie Oyeta, Twisted Sister, to rub off or just get ruined in any way. Play Sanitarium? Absolutely. I love that song so much. That's see, that's another one of those things where I'm like, okay, favorite Metallica song, forgot about that, and that's one of my favorites too. Do I know any Alice in Chains? I do actually. Um, I'm th- yeah, sorry, I was confused for a second. I know how to play wood. I'm sure you just heard it, but it's a half step up. If it doesn't sound right, I'm sorry, but it's yeah, it's gonna it yeah. I'll stop. Yeah, it was off. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but when it comes to rearranging stuff to a different tuning, it's very difficult sometimes because it's like I know what it's supposed to sound like, but it ain't sounding like that. Camel Kid, thank you so much, and it is absolutely. I know I saw your comment a second ago, but I wanted to get a few comments over with. Um, I'm very honored to be the reason why you decided to pick up and play guitar. But yeah, that's probably one of the best comments. Actually, you have made probably the best comment I've had on any live stream ever. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, and trying to do in the future is inspire a whole nother generation of musicians to pick up and play the stuff that I love and you guys love. Everything from the 60s, 70s, 80s, all of that. I'm very honored that I was the reason that you picked up the guitar and play guitar. So just don't quit, don't stop whatsoever. Dedicate yourself, and I promise everything will turn out the way it's supposed to be. Hey, Joseph. It's awesome that you're here. I love all your material, especially with the guitar by Emily. Very excited to see what you guys have in store. You guys are wonderful together. I cannot, I'm sorry, I cannot play that Joy Division song. I will. Phantom of the Opera, I will. I'm getting there, I promise. I'm hoping next year is the year that I will get noticed, especially by the public, and hopefully have a band and have a continuous loop of people that go to see us and get us gigs. I figured out where to get a studio. I'm waiting. I just I just got to cruise along and just be patient, and everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to be. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. That's awesome, Funny Mario Bros. That's those are the comments that are my favorite. And saying that I'm one of their idols is just it's so surreal. Like I never would have thought. Thank you guys so much. I can play Seek and Destroy. Yes, I will switch it back to distortion. Oh, I definitely will. I will definitely make my way up to Cali. I promise. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, you will definitely hear a lot of Randy, a lot of Randy Rhoads in the words in my music. Obviously, I'm just trying to find. It's so hard around, especially where there's not a whole lot of metal prominent, like pretty much anywhere. So I'm just trying to revive that just a tad, you know. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Sam, so much. You guys are fantastic. I have no other words to describe how thankful I am for every one of you. A Beatles song. Yes, I will play a Beatles song. Let me put this down for a moment. I'll pick up my acoustic. There's a few actually that I do know. I'll actually just play all of them. Half a Step Down. I've been experimenting with a lot of Andre Segovia, a lot of classical stuff lately. So what you're gonna hear is gonna be a half a step down, but I promise I hope you guys love it. Within My Life, and then there's Don't Let Me Down. So I really hope you like that one. Actually, I'm actually gonna mess around with the Les Paul for a minute. Unplug this. Thank you so much, man. You are you are amazing. Put this back over here. Yeah, I know. I love Don't Let Me Down. It's one of my favorite Beatles songs. It's probably my favorite Beatles song. God, I love doing that. Yeah, I love the Get Back documentary was absolutely perfect. Perfect in every single way. And what I love is I know a lot of you have probably heard me talk about this plenty of times before, but last year when I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, um, they had a huge Beatle exhibit, and it was called "Get Back to Let It Be," and I was a pretty average, casual, like I can name about an album or two, and pretty much all the songs on it. But that was around the time when I started watching the Get Back documentary. So when we went and they had this massive exhibit, it was just insane. It was fantastic. But seeing George's stuff and seeing John's from Casino, his glasses, his jacket, his vest, George Harrison's psychedelic like pink, green, and yellow Strat that he custom made that is actually in the documentary when they were recording Octopus's Garden or like coming up with the idea for Octopus's Garden. Um, it was so magical. I think that's the only word to really describe it. It was just pure magic, being able to see everything in person. It was like they were there with you, John and George were. My favorite song to cover on guitar is. It's hard. It's really hard, actually. I love the Mr. Crowley solos. Both the Mr. Crowley solos are probably my favorite of all time. If you're asking me to play pretty much anything, that's probably the first thing I'm going to pull out and just try to show um, that basically my the influence that Randy had on me is very apparent. I love the Yesterday movie is fantastic. I love especially the quote at the end that that lady says when they were in the dressing room before he got out and performed. Well, after he finished the rooftop stage, when she said, "A world without the Beatles is a world that's infinitely worse." That is probably the truest quote I've ever heard in my entire life. And I think everybody in the world needs to hear that because if everybody in the world heard that and they took it to heart, I think the world would be a much better place. Favorite riff that I've just learned. Favorite riff that I've just learned. Probably Warsaw by Joy Division because um, I believe it was you, Funny Mario Bros, that asked me to do a Joy Division video, and I thought about what brought me back to the Joy Division thing was the Tony Hawk games. If you guys have any ever played like all the Tony Hawk games on like the original PlayStation or anything like that, that song was on one of those games, and it just took me back. I was like, "Oh boy!" I remember hearing this all the time. Every time I turned on the game and played it, that was like one of the first songs I heard. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite new riffs that I learned is Warsaw by Division. So it's a yes, Christian, it is a very, very beautiful Les Paul. Thank you, by the way. Absolutely, DB. Anything Randy made or created or thought about creating, I just eat it up. It's so brilliant. I just everything that he ever did was just so meticulously put together in such a way that no other guitarist has ever done before. So yes, if I even hear a rumor that Randy created something new or that there's new stuff out or there's a song that I haven't heard yet, I want to try it to learn it the best I can, especially the early Quiet Riot stuff, because you don't hear anything, you don't hear anybody or anything mention the early Quiet Riot stuff with Randy, and it's kind of sad because that stuff is better than 99.9% of the stuff that they released today. Thinking that those two albums only released in CBS Japan, like they're crazy. They're just crazy. Yeah, apparently, they obviously didn't listen to the same album that they released. They must have listened to something else, or they're deaf. I'm gonna go with that. I think they were just deaf. Sorry if I annoy you guys with that. It's my bag of tricks is the kill switch. Go back to the SG for just a bit. That's awesome, DB. I would have done it too. I've been trying to get my hands on the 1982. I think it was 1982. It was either 1982 or 1981. The live EP that Ozzy and Randy did on the Blues of Oz tour with you Said It All and Mr. Crowley and Suicide Solution. It's so expensive. It's so hard to get your hands on it. You can't find it anywhere. They haven't reissued it, and if you want to get it, it's on eBay. So I would have done the same exact. I would have spent a lot of money on that single. I actually know how to play Tiger Mother. Tiger Mother Down is a fantastic riff. I love that song. Yeah, I love you. You said it all. It's such a good underrated song that you just never hear. Any Kiss songs? I think I know one or two. Ah, Christ. God, it's way off. I'm sorry, but yeah, there's a little. There's my awful attempt at Hotter Than Hell because I don't remember how to play it. I'm sorry, but there's Hotter Than Hell. Fantastic song. I love it song. I don't really have a favorite actually. Funny Mario Bros. They're all good. They're very. I wish they would have went on longer. They've released one or two albums and they were just done. I haven't really delved in the history of Joy Division, but they're very good. They're very good. I would love to hear a lot more from them. Play Diary of Madman and Purple Rain. Yes, I will play. Yes. It might sound just a tad bit off because I got it a little bit more sharper than it's supposed to be. But yeah, my rendition of Purple Rain. Oh god, that part's so hard. If you want to tell anybody that Prince is a fantastic guitarist, or if anybody says Prince is an awful guitarist, show them this little part in Purple Rain right here. That stretch hurts every single time I play it. This part, it's it's so hard. But if anybody says Prince sucks, show them that because you will immediately prove them wrong. Diary of a Madman. Do you want the distorted part, like before the solo, or the intro, or the part before before the solo? All right. Fantastic song. I love that song so much. I love Michael Schenker. Michael Schenker is so fantastic. God, that UFO is fantastic. I love UFO. Hey, Groovy Mary, glad you made it. You totally didn't forget. Doctor Doctor by UFO. That song's so gorgeous. So is Space Child, and pretty much everything that UFO did. Thank you so much, Stevenson. Love and respect to you too, because I'm trying really hard, especially nowadays when a lot of people don't really care for rock and metal anymore for some reason. I think they're just crazy. I think COVID did something else to their brain that just like oh, what's rock? Well, they don't know what really good music is anymore. I guess. Freaking lucky. I would love to see UFO when they were touring with Ozzy and Randy. And funny, well, not so funny story about what Michael Schenker said after Randy passed was Michael Schenker did an article saying that Ozzy knew that Michael Schenker was one of Randy's favorites because when they were touring together, on the late '81 and early 1982 Diary of a Madman tour, Michael Schenker had got a call from Ozzy saying that, "Hey, I'd love for you to join the band. Randy was a huge fan of yours, and I think it would be a really good fit for what's to come after the as we finish the Diary of a Madman tour." And basically, what he said, because he just got out of UFO, he wanted the notoriety to just kind of go down just a tad, and that's when he formed the Michael Schenker Group in '83, I believe, late 1982 or '83, I don't remember. But he had said to try to get out of it, and it was pretty cruel. But he said, "Okay, if you want me, send me a private jet." And basically, that's probably the wrong thing to say. I think absolutely that was the wrong thing to say, especially after Randy passed and how he died. But um, yeah, it would have been weird if Michael Schenker's with Ozzy. Another thing I heard was Kelly, Randy's brother, did an interview and said something that when he met Alice Cooper, which was Randy's first concert he ever saw, Kelly took Randy to see Alice Cooper in 1971 for the Love at the Death tour, and he talked to Alice, just chit chatting and stuff, and he had said Alice Cooper had told Kelly that if Randy was still alive, 100% I would have chosen Randy as my number one guitar player for the band, and I would have kept him permanently as long as he stayed. And that's just so crazy how it would have came full circle if he wouldn't have passed so cruelly. But yeah, imagine Michael Schenker being with Ozzy and Randy being with Alice Cooper. That would have been nuts. My neighbors too, trust me. Okay, it was 1981. I was close. I'm sorry. I saw Alice Cooper in 2023. A couple days before my birthday. That was one of the best birthday gifts ever, by the way. And we were very, very close. That was my first concert I've ever been to, and without a doubt, I couldn't choose a better first concert. Alice Cooper was just fantastic. Nothing was wrong with the concert. Nobody sounded bad. There was no difficulties whatsoever. He didn't miss a step at all with his voice, and it was phenomenal. I think that was one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and the set list was perfect too. My favorite Alice Cooper album is Billion Dollar Babies. That album, start to finish, is just a masterpiece. Especially Hello Hooray. Hello Hooray is such a fantastic, underrated song. So is Unfinished Sweet. It's really goofy, but Unfinished Sweet's a really good song. Yeah, I agree. Billion Dollar Babies is my favorite Alice Cooper song as well. And hearing that live, it was, it was so awesome, dude. I loved it so much. My first ever front row concert was when I saw Quiet Riot and Rat 2 months ago. And that show, absolutely fantastic. I got to meet Quiet Riot. I got to meet Rudy, which was so surreal. That was not only front row to see Stephen Piercy and Quiet Riot, but after I got my mental health record signed, I got a framed picture, their pics, a VIP pass laminated, and I got to take a picture with them. So it's going to be tough to beat that one, but I think when I do see Metallica next year, that might barely just top it. That might either really get close, top it, or be equal to it, because that's going to be hard to beat. Yeah, I love Feed My Frankenstein. Welcome to My Nightmare is another good one too. Yeah, I know. I never would have thought they would have came anywhere close to me, Metallica, because they're such a like when you think of any band, like when people says name a metal band, they're gonna either say Metallica. I think they're just gonna say Metallica. I really just think like if you ask anybody to name a metal band, they're probably just gonna name Metallica because it's worldwide known, and they've developed such a mythical status in not only music but as people, so that when we think about them, and if you see they're close, It's like gods almost. I know I shook Rudy's hand actually when I got up because I was standing next. To, I was standing, there was so many funny stuff that happened at that concert. When I was standing in line to see them get anything signed, basically, we were waiting in line to get stuff signed, and there was this dude standing right next to us with a original 1989 Whitesnake poster, and with Steve Vai, Adrian Vandenberg. Well, I don't know if it was Adrian Vandenberg or Vivian Campbell. I'm not sure. I think it was Vivian Campbell, but it was that poster, and he was standing next to me because when we got to the venue, we waited in line, about 30, 45-minute wait after we figured out where to get my VIP pass. And we were the only two that pre-registered to get the VIP pass. So we went up there first, went back in line, got our seats, we booked it. It was first come first served general admission. It was like $8, which was a steal because it was at a fair. And we booked it the front row, and we were, we were standing next to this guy, and he was getting so mad because he kept on getting pushed out of the way by some guy. Just kept on pushing him out of the way. It was kind of annoying because I was right behind him too. But thankfully, when we went up to the merch table, they just said, "Okay, come around. We'll try to get you first." So I met Rudy. I talked to him. I basically asked him, "So what's it like being the greatest bassist of all time?" He said he just kind of chuckled, and he just said, "I would not know that." I just basically told him that you are the greatest bassist of all time, in my opinion. You, with Randy, Quiet Riot, Whitesnake, Blue Oyster Cult, pretty much everything that you've ever been in has inspired me the absolute most. And I cannot thank you enough for being here and doing this so us fans can meet you. It was just so awesome. I loved it so much. Met Ricky Skaggs at Walmart. Met Blackie Lawless. Oh, dude. Oh, I bet he does like to drink. I guarantee it. I might have the chance to see Wasp next month. That'd be really cool to be able to see them. I know he's kind of in rough condition. He's sitting on a chair live, but that shouldn't determine whether or not your performance is good or not. I've seen videos; they sound really good. And I know Blackie Lawless, I think, is the only original member still in the band. I think Randy Piper left along with everybody else. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I know all the people I'd love to meet are also sadly passed. I would love to meet Randy. I would love to meet Cliff Burton. I would love to meet John Lennon. Oh God, John Lennon. I would love to meet. Um, there's so many people, man. And I hate that a lot of the people I look up to are sadly passed. But I think that's one of the things I was put here for is to live on their legacy and do what they would have done and continue with the determination that I have still. And just it's fantastic. And I hope that I can one day be compared to them one day as musician level, like brilliancy, because they were just so just brilliant. Any Dokken. Yes, I can play Dokken. There you go. That's a little bit of my dreams. Yeah, John is just. It's so hard to choose a favorite Beatle, but I think I'm gravitate a little bit more towards John for. I'm not really sure why, but I do. His voice, his overall style, his charisma, his beliefs on life. I know Ronnie Van Zant. Pretty much all of them were taken way too soon. I will, Stevenson. Absolutely, I will. I love Dream Warriors. That's such a good song. Mr. Scary too. I love one of my favorite instrumentals. I know Bon Scott too. I like him a whole lot better than Brian Johnson, in my opinion. Say what you will about Brian Johnson. He was great, but I just prefer the Bon Scott era, just a tad bit more. Same with John Bonham. He died from the same exact thing, and it's just so sad. Like, what would it have been like if Zeppelin was still around, and what would they be making? You know, what would Bonham be doing? You know, I think it would be awesome to see Led Zeppelin's John Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. I think that's what it's called. His Led Zeppelin tribute band, where he basically just plays everything Zeppelin. I would love to attend one of those shows because I just think it'd be absolutely awesome. Because that's like the closest thing you'll ever get to Zeppelin and to John Bonham, because Zeppelin no longer really does anything, and Robert Plant's usually in like Europe or something. Yeah, I like the Jack. That's a good song. Good night. Absolutely, Hannah. You definitely need to continue practicing. I know it's very cliche, but it's absolutely 100% true. Music is the most rewarding thing physically and mentally ever, in my opinion. I think that is the best way you can really truly show who you are as a person and how you really feel. You know, it's just the greatest thing of all time. It is no boy, it's 9:17. Time goes by quick when you're enjoying life. You know. It's actually a high. She's right. She did. She almost took my shirts. Yeah, Randy Rhoads is without a doubt. He will always be my favorite. Without a shadow of a doubt. When anybody says Randy is the greatest, in my opinion. 10:17 East Coast, 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. UK. I'd love to be in the UK. It'd be awesome. I would love to visit the UK one day. I agree, Zach, with 100%. The sound he made and the overall legacy he had before he even passed was just people are still trying to catch up to him, even 40, 50 years, well, 40 years passed since he's gone, and people are still trying to figure out how he played stuff, what he used, and and how to incorporate that into their playing. And a lot of these guitar players, even back then and now, are still trying to live up to that, and that says vast amounts about having only 4 studio albums and 1 live album. I'd love to go to Detroit one day. That'd be awesome. I will, Hannah. Absolutely. I would love to see Stonehenge. I'd love to go Abbey Road. I would love to just see a lot of stuff there. Yeah, it hurts my soul too, Zach. I think if because the whole thing that happened after or before Randy passed was that Randy agreed to do 1 album, 1 tour, and then he was going to go back to UCLA and get a classical degree. And I think he probably would have left, got his degree, taught at his mother's school at Misonia for a couple years, and I think he would have went back to either Quiet Riot or he would have done some solo stuff. And I would have loved to have heard what he would have done with that because that would have been absolutely fantastic. As everything else he ever done as well is also fantastic. Yeah, Stonehenge. I love all those landmarks that people don't know how it got there, when it got there, or conspiracy theorists. They always think like, oh, it's aliens and all this. Oh no, it's a clock, it's a sun clock or whatever. It tells what month and day it is based on how the sun's shining out. I really dig all the stuff like that. The very mysticalness about it, I guess. That's cool, Mary. That's cool, Hannah. I'll have to check that out one day if I ever do go to the UK. I don't think I've actually ever heard of that before. I think everything happens for a reason when it comes to certain musicians. Either either A, falling off the face of the planet, or passing away, or just moving on to somewhere else. I think everything happens for a reason, even though the reasons can be just very sad and confusing, especially death. But if Randy would have lived, we wouldn't have Bark of the Moon. We wouldn't have Mental Health. We wouldn't have a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have it even if he would have lived still, but I don't think I think it would be a lot different in the music world. And I think about it all the time. What it would be like. I think especially the Eddie and Randy thing would be a lot more different because people always say that Eddie's better. Do I agree about the Eddie thing? Eddie was incredible, fantastic, and God rest his soul. But in my opinion, I'm very biased to Randy's side because he inspired me the most, and he's had more impact on my playing. But Eddie's still fantastic, and I think that would be the debate between Eddie and Randy would be a little bit more harder to differentiate if he would have still lived. Oh, absolutely. They 100%. I mean, I think 100%'s a understatement. They're very supportive, and I cannot thank them enough. I love them so much. Yeah, I agree. Eddie's stage presence is very iconic, and it's incredible. Actually, I love it. It's almost 9:30. I think I might call it. I think I might end it pretty soon. Maybe around 9:30, 9:35. That way I can pretty much just fix whatever in the world happened to my Jackson. As I was saying marvelous things about it, I think it just fell apart as soon as I said it. It's like, oh, you like me, huh? Now you really like me that I'm broke. But I'm sure it'll be an easy fix. Here's the part. The washer just fell off. I'll put it back on. But yeah, I may end it soon. Sorry, Groovy Mary. God, Dave Mustaine was so hard. I mean, that sounded wrong. I'm so sorry. Dave Mustaine wrote very, very hard solos. That's awesome, man. I would love to have a Charvel. Thought you were going to bed, Sam. That's pretty weird, but that's there for a reason. People, that's what really makes my day, too. Random acts of kindness from just people that you have no clue. Like, especially like through drive-throughs, or if you're going through a drive-through. I know this is really odd topic, like you said, but like just the random acts of kindness that people have just really make my day a whole lot better. I bet I'd love a Charvel one day, especially at Rhodes. Okay, I think I am going to end it right now. It's getting pretty late, so I think I'll shut everything down so you guys can go to bed. Those of you who are up late or just tired, because I'm getting there a little bit. But thank you guys so much for joining the live stream. Thank you guys so much for all the sweet, sweet comments, all the support that you've given me. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are the reason that I'm making I'm making money on this YouTube now, which I hope I get the application back very soon as like a verification. But thank you guys so much for joining. I have plenty more videos coming out very soon, and yeah, just thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.